My name is David Shihadeh, and currently I live in Indianapolis. It was about, I think, 6 years ago. I can't remember where. I think I was online, and I saw Joe somewhere online, and then I got in touch with him, and I met him, and I ended up joining. The best deal I done so far is the wholesale part. You know, I don't do anything to it. It just basically I buy it or I put it on a contract and I flip it. That's the easiest ones. And I want to do more of those actually because I did a lot of rehabs, but sometimes it could be a little headache because it is more time consuming, but it's also good to do. But now I want to focus more on wholesale. I was sending letters. And I got few people called me, and one of the people called me, and that particular deal we're talking about, it was just very easy, and they want to get rid of it, and I just offer them a price, and then actually I paid for that one too. I didn't, I paid for it, and then I sold it within 3 weeks to a wholesaler for about I think $8,000 more. I didn't do anything to that property at all. That particular one was sending letters because I do some email marketing as well. I do more than one thing, and but a lot of times the for rent method, when I was doing the auto marketer program, it works pretty good for me. But then I took a time off and I stopped doing business for a couple of years. And now I'm starting to get back into it again because I have passive income from some property that I rehabbed and rented. So I've been taking it easy in the last 2 years. And you could do that real estate because because I think that's the only one you can do. You can, and I believe in passive income. So I definitely encourage people to create passive income so they don't have to worry about where the money is coming every single month. And that comes from, renting properties. Just the time, where we are real estate investors. Sometimes we structure a deal according to where we are and what we need to do and, what makes sense for us. I'm the kind of investor, I do what makes sense to me at the time, and every time is different. Sometimes I just want to buy a property and hold it and rehab and hold it. Sometimes I just want to get rid of it. If I need some cash, I sell it quick. And I can always find properties, and I get a list, since I've been doing that for a while, I get a list from wholesalers here and that properties for sale, so I check them out, and if I like something, I go and buy it. I offer them whatever, and then I buy it. So for me, it's different than some other people. I do things differently every time, so I don't really follow set protocol, but I do structure a deal is what makes sense. The market, of course, you have to look at the market and everything else. It's fun, but I do it different every time. I don't follow the regular protocol everybody do. Just close, you bought it for a certain price, and I sold it for a certain price, and through escrow, of course. Everything I do through escrow. We just do the agreement, and we have escrow people we deal with, depending on where I am, and then they close the deal and they send me a check. Well, I I didn't really spend 2 weeks working on it. I only probably spent, I can't really think right now, and how many hours, 6, 7 hours, or let's say 10 hours, okay? So if you divide that $7,000 by, that's close to $1,000 an hour. And you do that, and sometimes you do more than that in business. I've done more and less depending on each deal. In the last 2 years, I don't really do much except receiving passive income. I did like 4 or 5 deals last year, but I really wasn't doing anything. Just people, it comes to me, people call me, and I see how they are, and so that's all I did. And I probably couple of them are investment properties, so I didn't really make money in them in terms of reselling them. But I did pretty good last year, in wholesaling. I sold quite a few wholesale properties. My personal goal is just to increase my passive income so I don't have to worry about money again, which is pretty much there right now. But you always like to increase it to make sure that you can live a better life. And real estate, I believe it has a chance to give all of us the right dream where you don't have to worry, about working every day, where the check is coming from, or you have to go from 8 to 5, or like I don't have a boss. I never have a boss for many, many years. So I am my own boss. If I could make a lot more, money with my knowledge. But sometimes I'm lazy. Sometimes I just want to loaf around. I don't want to do it. So, but the money's there. Well, it made a big difference, when you have passive income, when you have good income that's coming to you. It changes your life. I mean, I think I've heard that 80% of people, maybe more, think about money every single day. Every single day they think about, where the money is going to come from at the end of the month. And so it's nice to know where the money is going to come from, whether you will think about it or not. So it definitely has a great impact on my life that I don't have to worry about, where the check is going to come from next month. Well, I did deal in Carmel. It's for sale right now. We bought it in a really nice neighborhood. I bought it last year. That's one of the deals, the higher end deal. We just put it in the market. I know it's winter right now. It's a little tough deal, but that was a really good buy. I got that deal. There's so many other deals, but that one is a good buy, and we're gonna make good money once it's sold. I'm doing some coaching, like one-on-one, a little bit of coaching right now. I actually wrote one book in Amazon. I have 2 other books coming out, one on motivation and one on all about real estate, how to buy, in like different chapter of real estate. And so I'm finishing those in the next few months. And then I also want to do more interview with real estate investors and put them online, and to write a book for each one, as of show their experiences, so we can encourage entrepreneurs being more entrepreneurs, because we need more entrepreneurs in this world these days. We need thinkers, and that's where my mind is right now. And I'm going to do a lot more wholesale deals as well. Yeah, I don't have another job. I mean, it's not really full time. I mean, if it's full time, I'll be making a lot more money. I'm kind of maybe working an hour, 2 hours a day. Sometimes I don't even work. Yeah, I outsourced some work, and some of them worked out, some of them didn't work out. And I have to say, I'm disappointed with outsourcing. For me, I didn't find the right person. Maybe I didn't teach them right, and it just didn't work well for me. And I really never got so busy, because I was doing my own thing. But now I know if I want to move faster, I have to find someone who, to help me doing outsource all this work. The advice I give is follow the steps of Joe Crump's. Really, he has a very good system. I tried it, I used it, it works. You just cannot take it for granted, and this is one of the experience I have. In fact, I did that for a while myself, where you take it for granted and you do half the work. Well, if you do half the work, you're not going to get the full effort of it. So you have to really follow the instruction and do it. And, today the market is competitive, and marketing, everybody has to be a marketer, and marketing is everything. So you have to work on all the angles in order for you to become more successful. Basically, what for real estate investors, I would like to encourage them to invest, and it is not an easy thing. You know, some people think once you become an investor and that's it, you do a lot of learning. I always encourage, when I talk to people, I encourage them to learn, study. Like I have, I bought 4 properties last year from some guy who bought them, and he's been unfortunately shifted. He lost over $200,000. They promised him the sky and the moon, and he never seen the properties. He never even learned about them. So he learned a hard lesson. And I try to teach him, you make sure that you do your own, you do due diligence, go online, find the prices, go and see the property. For me, when I buy properties, for instance, I have to see it myself. I don't just go buy it online. You know, this guy bought 4, he trusted someone, and unfortunately, people sometimes, most people are good, but there are some people out there that are, you know, they'll take advantage if you let them. So I just encourage people to really educate themselves. Like, you know, Joe Crump teaches a lot of method where it'll allow you to know enough so that you know what question to ask before you get involved. And I do the same thing, and I learned that, you know, from him and other people as well. So I just encourage investors to really do their work, do the due diligence, and don't just buy somebody else's idea, you know. And that's why we get educated. That's why I come here. You know, you learn something every single time. So I encourage everyone to really learn before you invest. Learn about investing and know all the, you know, what can go right and what can go wrong, because if things will go wrong, it will go wrong. The more you learn about it, the less wrong things happens. That's what I like to tell people.